Hey everyone, and welcome to another ocean-themed mod spotlight. We returned to the Sunken World editions because there has been a massive, and I do mean massive, content patch. Lots of new additions, both in the form of creatures and TLCs, new items, consumables, weapons, resources, armor. There's been so much added. And a little too much to cover in one video. I don't want to just slam at you a whole bunch of new information because it can be a bit overwhelming. So the goal for today is I'm going to be looking for an Edestus and check out one of those. That is one of 3 new creatures added, the Edestus, the protoceratops, and the sea urchin. And while I do that, I'll also show off a couple of the new features from the mod meanwhile, so I think that will hopefully pan out more naturally than, again, slamming all the new data at you. So before we get started, I just want to point out that the Sphyrna and the Ambulocetus have had TLCs. The Sphyrna is more of a visual TLC, so overall just the model quality is just looking better than before. Whereas for the Ambulocetus, not only has it had a significant visual TLC, but it no longer takes damage in the depths of the ocean, so that Basilo deep ocean mechanic, it no longer has that. And the saddle will also receive a visual TLC as well, but otherwise, let us go forth and find ourselves an Edestus. So, the Edestus is a large fish that will primarily spawn in the depths of the ocean. This is a center, so I have a feeling it's going to take me a bit of a while to find one, but fingers crossed. They can be found in the depths alongside Tusos, Moses, plesiosaurs, dunkleys, you know, that kind of region. So while I make my way down towards the depths, I just wanted to talk a little bit about some of the new equipment that you might have noticed on my bars, or the fact that I'm not using a scuba tank. And the reason for that is that if you recall from a previous Sunken World edition spotlight, I'm currently using the smaller anomalocaris, not to be confused with Garuga's one, but the Sunken World version, which is a small shoulder pet. And having that equipped, or having that mounted on my shoulder, gives me free oxygen. Now, not only that, but by using some of the new resources, I also have access to the new sea scale set. So this is a kind of like a very early game scuba set, which is perfect because you can get the anomalo really early game as well, and the Ambulocetus. So again, the Sunken World is trying to make ocean gameplay just that much more obtainable in the early game. It's not meant to be the silly late game thing, or even tech tier in some cases. You can actually live in the ocean nice and early. And the sea scale set in particular is obtainable at level 15. It requires sea scales and sea grass. Now, sea scales can be obtained by killing any of the Sunken World fish. So here we go then, a level 20 lepidotes. I might be absolutely butchering these words, but if I just try and kill you, and can I harvest sea scales with my Ambulocetus? Yes, I got 30. Okay, so I got 30 on just regular default rates. It's actually not bad at all. And if I use a brand new stone knife, which is also obtainable at level 6, made from hide, stone, and raw metal. This, if I use on any, kelp. Oh wow, you get lots actually. Oh, okay, that's really, really nice. So that just gave me 524 seagrass, which is used as a fiber substitute and can be used to help crafting the new gear. And I've also just looted 14 kelp, and this is the herbivore mutton equivalent. So that'd be really nice just for herbivorous taming in general, again in the early game, which is really, really handy. And what's worth mentioning is that there is an updated version of the stone knife as well, the diving knife, with paste, metal ingots, and polymer, and it deals additional damage when submerged, so this can also be used as an attacking weapon. And it's given me flashbacks of my Subnautica playthrough where I knifed all the leviathans, and now I hope these guys add leviathans so I can go up to them and stab them like I did in Subnautica. Let's go, let's go! Hating this, and stab for good measure. So I point all of that out because I just want it to be seen that I'm able to go into the depths really quite early, all things considered. Yeah, my character is level 105 because of my testing, you know, modded character. But otherwise, it does mean I can actually do all these things really early and have a proper aquatic playthrough, which you can't really do in a vanilla game, can you? The downside is the lack of a scuba mask means that I don't really have that great visibility, but I think that's kind of fair considering, you know, there's gonna be some reason to have the later game stuff anyway. I think it's honestly not bad considering, you know, how accessible everything is. A bit of low visibility is not too bad. I can see quite far in the center ocean. Also worth mentioning, shark repellent. So if I go ahead and just quickly search that up, level 22 shark repellent. This distinctive paste makes you nearly invisible to sharks and other aggressive fish. That does include Sphyrna. Requires bug repellent and 6 seagrass made in a mortar and pestle. Just to clarify, oh hello, bug repellent 16 and shark repellent 22. So yeah, progressively that is fantastic. And yeah, screw that shark, it's already aggroed, so I don't think it will deter now. But I should be able to deter future sharks and the Sphyrna from now on, which I'm so glad about. Sphyrna are bloody annoying. And this actually should make taming things so much easier too. But let's find out when I actually find an Edestus to tame. So I should note that at this portion of the map, there is a lot of deep sea creatures kind of stuck in the depths, in the depths of the ocean. Can also confirm that the shark repellent, the fish repellent, does not work on eels, but thankfully this is an imprinted Ambulocetus, so it does do quite a bit of damage. I've spotted an Alpha-Tuso and an Alpha-Mosasaur kind of stuck down here, so that might be worth mentioning, or keep it in mind when you're looking for creatures. Out of curiosity, what is that? Oh, that's something for another video, don't ignore that. But otherwise yeah, plesiosaurs do not ignore you, and I don't think that Tuso's ignoring me either, so actually it might be. Well, either way, with all these new sea creature mods, there's a lot of funky interactions and an actual ecosystem finally occurring. So on the one hand, that means that things are finally happening, but on the other hand, it also means that it might be a bit trickier to find certain creatures because they're going to get attacked and bodied by things like Alpha-Moses and Alpha-Tusos. Oh wow, I nearly did not see that leeds. Imagine that, actually missing a leeds because there's actual, you know, underwater life here. Okay, so as much as I would really love to find a wild Edestus, I am not having any luck, and I've noticed that if I check this, there is only 5 wild Edestus on the entire center map, compared to, say, you know, 900 lepidotes, 220 protoceratopses, 557 sea urchins, 300 Sphyrnas. So 5 Edestus does mean it's definitely on the rarer side, and this is really making me think I should probably finally invest in actually getting a dino finder mod. I know a lot of you guys want me to get dino finder mods, but I'd rather look for them naturally. But obviously in situations like this, just spawning in's a bit cheap, but it is what it is. And I could check down there, but I honestly don't think it's really worth it when there's only 5 on the entire map. Not sure if that's intended or not, so I will mention that, but regardless, either way though, I think the Edestus is meant to be a more valuable tame regardless. So, let us go ahead and see. So say I were to cheat in a, I don't know, level 100? See, when you finally find one, that is what it'll look like, and you would notice it. Oh my god, that is cool. So, when you finally encounter one, you will spot that from a distance. I do really like their frequent use of bioluminescence in this mod. I think it's a really handy ability to check things, especially considering, you know, lack of vision, which, speaking of vision, I am using scuba goggles now. That does break my set bonus. I'm now only having 3 out of 5 my set bonus, but it is what it is. I did want to mention that regardless. The Edestus did just lose aggro. That is interesting. But let's just quickly kill off these eels first. Okay, so for the Edestus itself, this is a knockout tame, but I'm not going to knock it out yet. Reason being is that for the best way to tame this, you actually have to kill one first. And to do that, I actually want to try out the trident, which, you know, if I just casually tank the damage, the trident's available level 21, requires metal ingots, sea scales, and wood. Can be used to jab or throw. It's basically the ocean equivalent of a spear. And I want to move away. Hold on. Get some distance. How much damage does this actually do then? I assume it's got really good, gravity. No, doesn't seem like it. In fact, am I getting any? Oh, I got 1 hit in. Okay, I mean 159 isn't too bad. And, oh yeah, it's definitely doing damage to me. Oh, but it's got very fast, oh, that's got really fast attack speed, and I've already killed it. Was that my Ambulocetus or the anglerfish just harvested it? There is an anglerfish right there. You know what, let's quickly yeet. Okay, it does adhere to gravity a bit. It's not quite like the, what do you call it? Ah! Die. Hold on. No, and you're... Oh, God, I hate these things. It's not quite like the harpoon launcher, was what I was trying to say. But, more importantly, when killing and harvesting an Edestus, you'll get access to thermite. A highly combustible mineral can be used to fuel certain things underwater. So this is the, as it says right there, the underwater fuel resource, and it's the kibble equivalent for taming Edestus. Your other options for taming Edestus is also things like spark powder and gasoline, gasoline being the better option, or thermite being the best one. But, as we've just seen, they are quite rare, so I would not blame you if you wanted to gasoline tame one first, and then thermite tame one later on down the line. I will just quickly say, by the way, I do like the fact that the thermite does not have a spoil timer. Considering how rare these guys are, if it had a spoil timer as well, that really would have been quite mean. Viney weed. This red seaweed grows mostly in wide open reefs that tasting can be used to make red dye. Oh, so they've added new berries as well. Oh, they've added a whole bunch of things, actually. There's also a Caryl weed, which is blue, and cellarweed, which is the stimberry equivalent. Oh, interesting. Yeah, like I said, there are so many new things, but I'll be checking out probably more the berry side of things in the next video. Yeah, again, there is so much to check out, but let us try taming ourselves an Edestus. So let's go ahead and get like another 100, I'd say. And yeah, these are thankfully just a very simple knockout. And, you know, I've got my Ambulocetus. I can shoot off the back of it. I can tank it quite handily. I only got a primitive saddle for this, but it should be enough. And yeah, I mean, tame-wise, it really is that simple. The hard part really is just finding one in the first place and then deciding whether or not you'd like to actually kill it with the thermite or just tame it while you have one. I will say, considering I'm using a ascending crossbow, about 300–400% weapon damage, this guy is taking quite a few hits, so let me just quickly check. Oh, it's very damaged. Hold on, its health, it actually rolled a decent health roll. Oh, so maybe you're not supposed to crossbow hit these ones then, you may be supposed to use something else. There is shocking harpoon spears, which I'm having the feeling is more necessary, and now I'm a little bit more glad I spawned it in. I feel guilty. I will look into Dino Finder properly, but for the time being, you know, it is what it is. Oh god, you know what? I probably should have fed you first, shouldn't I? Or it might just tick over. I did shoot it a lot in quick succession. In fact, oh, it knocked out. Okay, so be careful of these guys. But I did just mention that shocking spear launcher, or shocking... I'm mixed up with my words today. There you go. Shocking Trank Spear Bolt. Level 97, right next to the level 96 Shocking Tranquilizer Dart. Let me see. So it just requires Shocking Tranquilizer Dart and a Spear Bolt. So that is another option for you to tame things with and would make this a lot smoother. But with that all being said and done, I'm just going to quickly, hold on, just in case, shark repellent. That would be my luck. I get attacked out here. And let's go ahead then and feed you some of that thermite, which I left on my Ambulocetus. Go ahead and grab you. And I do wonder how many this is going to require. Let's see. Oh, it's eating quickly, actually. It's eating very quickly. And it does about, oh wow, 20%? Yeah, 20% per. That is really nice. That is actually very, very nice. Now notice, it says heat 9 out of 100. We'll get into that in just a moment. So, the Edestus saddle is obtainable at level 80? Oh. You know what? That does make the rarity and the torpor to health ratio make a lot more sense now. This is definitely a later game tame. That is a little bit surprising, but I'll get into why in a moment. So, go ahead and equip the saddle, which, actually saying that, the saddle is made in a fabricator requiring lots of sea scales alongside metal ingots, obsidian, and fiber. So, that is now saddled up. Ooh, whoa, hold on a second. Oh, wow. So the saddle is just like the Magmasaur, where it will protect you from heat, which is very, very interesting. Now, bearing in mind that everything for the Sunken World editions is meant to be made for the Sunken World map. Eventually, there will be a map, and I have to wonder if that heat... oh, hold on. Oh, that's neat. My seagrass just spoiled into fiber. I like that. That's really cool. Anyway, as I was going to say, I have to wonder if that heat mechanic will be like an environmental effect later on, or if it's just when attacking other Edestus, maybe in PvP, maybe wild ones. Again, I think it's all, you know, to be figured out. But the heat mechanic means that if I was to feed it thermite or gasoline or spark powder, thermite being the most effective at 10 heat per bite, whereas gasoline is, I think, 3, and spark powder less than 1. But as you can see, it is giving a lot of heat, and it's going to allow me to do some rather special attacks. And this level 100 base tame does damage. Okay, again, I really understand why, you know, this is meant to be quite a later game tame. This is really cool. So, that is the bog standard left click attack, which is actually quite a fast attack rate as well. Hold on. Is that everything killed? Yep. Okay, cool. So, right click. Oh, it's a sort of charge forward. Hold on a second. I'm just going to change to day-night cycle because that bloom is a little bit much. So, set time of day to about, I don't know, 8 AM. That should make the bloom a little bit less intense. So, oh, it's cooking my fish as well. Yeah, so there's a lot about these guys. They cook meat, which is really handy. I'm going to go ahead and level you into melee. Oh yeah, it's just automatically cooking away. I love that. So, let's try to right click again then. Oh yeah, so it does actually just charge forward a little bit. That's really cool. It's a Dunkley. How do I fare against a Dunkley? Does this use any actual heat? Oh, okay. I think it's burning the Dunkley. Hold on. Can I get a reading on like any things? Well, it's definitely taking dot damage. Let's try that again. Yeah, so it actually burns away. That's really, really nice. And I gotta say, I actually quite like the physical particle effects because they're not too much, but they're easy to understand as well. I find that sometimes these particle effects can be a bit overwhelming, but this one, all too subtle, but this one's like a nice, you know, you just see what's happening and it's not too obtrusive. Now, if I try to see, that is, oh, I'm kind of impaling it. Oh, so I'm actually latched on. Like, my hands are off the keyboard. I'm latched on and just doing a lot of damage right there. But it does mean I can't let go. Do I just hit C again? Oh, well, I killed it, so who knows. Oh, that's really interesting. Oh, and you are doing lots of damage. That burn. Okay, so if I go ahead and just turn around and try that again, C. Oh, I just bounced off. I mean, I guess that's an option as well, isn't it? Hold on. I will say, by the way, that these guys handle really, really well. It's nice and responsive. I can make very sharp turns and actually, you know, look at what I'm attacking. So I've just done a C attack again. It has stunned it. It's an actual stun, and I'm just drilling away into this creature. I don't seem to be using any resources in the process. No stamina, no health, no heat. A static 100 damage. What about lovely quickly? If I just let go. Okay, so C is to let go, so it's just a toggle then. So it's doing 100. If I now latch on again. Oh, I missed. So it does seem to be a little bit precise, but I guess there is a reticle right in front of me. Try again. Nope. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so it's a standard 100 damage hit. Okay, fair enough then. Let's work on anglerfish. Oh, it sure does. A 64 on the anglerfish. That's interesting. It might be percentage based then. Oh, cool. How very cool. And in fact, that is the 3 abilities. So I was slightly misunderstood. I thought that the heat was a, you know, you charge it up and you get rid of it kind of thing. What's going on? Oh, God. No, again, that is for another... Oh, there's a lot of these guys. Wait, is that a wild Edestus? There's a wild Edestus right there. Where were you earlier? Oh, but you are really cool looking. So... You know what? It's eye-catching. I noticed it immediately, and can I just say, I do like how it's got pink stripes, whereas my one's got yellow stripes. Kind of. Then again, I think my yellows are very heated up. So I was going to mention the heat. I thought it would say generate and spend resource, so when I use my abilities, I'll lose heat. I am wrong. It multiplies your damage. So there are 3 damaging abilities, which is the melee, the jab, which is the right click, that little, whee, that one, and then the impale. The impale is the final attack, which is a C ability, and all of these scale with your heat. So the more heat you have, the more damage you deal. And so 130. I can't believe I find a wild one after I bloody spawned a bunch in. I gotta say, this Impale, the way it just stuns and keeps on going indefinitely is kind of crazy. Got 34 thermite for that one. I do think that it needs some kind of cost, maybe it rapidly depletes your heat, maybe it actually uses stamina to some extent. I'm not sure. I feel like that using indefinitely is a little bit much, but then again though, it is such a late game creature, level 80, and seemingly so rare, at least on the center. I don't know about the island or any other map. I don't know, I guess it's not too bad. I do wonder if it works on alphas, is my question. But yes, otherwise, so rather than just combat, there's a couple of other things for this creature. Like I mentioned, the Magmasaur saddle, it protects us from any damage. It also means that the player actually has oxygen as well. Do I still have my anomalocaris? Okay, I do still have my anomalocaris, but otherwise, the Edestus saddle also provides oxygen too, which is just lovely and convenient. Does it provide a scuba site? No, it does not. That's completely fair. Figured I'd just check just in case. But otherwise, these guys also cook and smelt while heated up. So we've already noticed that it is cooking on the meat. It also smelts metal. Hey there! Can I impale you? Oh, or I can miss instead. Hold on, try that again. Nope. The impale is very prone to bouncing as we're, observing. Oh, there we go then. Actually, am I impaled? Yeah, I am impaled. Oh, okay, so it roots to target, it doesn't stun. That makes a lot more sense. And as you can see, I am now taking a kicking because I'm just sat here doing nothing. Right, so it is a root, not a stun. Please let go. Oh, there we go. That was very close. Okay, I take it back. The fact that it's a root and not a stun is much more balanced. So I guess earlier I just hit the creature in a certain way where it couldn't attack me back. But for these guys, they had me cornered. But I do like the fact that I can just kind of dive in and flame them a little bit every now and then, so nice hit and run strats. I'm very low health, I do have to be very careful, but I like how this is an option that I can actually deal with. There you go, I just killed one plesiosaur on very low health. Go in for another flame and just may as well harvest you while I'm at it. My Ambulocetus is really owning that. Hold on, can I just like get around from behind? If I just, hold on, put you on passive and stop following, please. Please stop following. There you go. No, you're on me now, damn it. I was going to try and impale the plesiosaur from behind, try and root it, but not an option. Come on, I believe I can kill this. Hold on. Oh, can I root it from here? No, I'm definitely going to die, aren't I? I mean, you gotta have a bit of fun, right? You gotta have a bit of fun with this. Well, there goes my stamina and there goes my Edestus. Yeah, I kind of had that coming, didn't I? Oh, no! Well, fine. I guess I'll just trident you to death instead. In fact, you know what? I got my knife. Come here, mate. Knife! I mean, it's satisfying, but didn't really do very much damage. Then again, no, it is a stone knife. There is a better diver's knife later. But hey, I don't mind that. It's great to have a bit of a laugh, and this is all just for testing anyway, so I'm not too sore I lost the Edestus. Now you know what not to do. But altogether though, I do think that is a very cool creature, and one that I think would be very rewarding to encounter in the game. Oh no, look at this guy, it's a protoceratops! Oh no, you're adorable! It's my first time seeing one in game. Okay, well this is something that we're checking out in the next video, so I'm gonna wrap it up here then. Oh no, you got such a cute little like, it's sassy. The way it walks is sassy. Right, we'll wrap it up here then. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this look into the Edestus along with a couple of the new items from the Sunken World editions. Like I said, there are so many more that we'll be checking out over the course of these videos instead of slamming a whole bunch of information at your face. I'd rather look at these things naturally, and we'll look at the protoceratops in the next one. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you all again next time. Cheers.